guys, friends, family, lovers of Conrad, Earnest. It's nice to be able to speak to you today. I'm speaking to you from the outdoors because Conrad liked the outdoors. I'm also wearing a goofy hat because Conrad had style and liked to wear hats. We're also riding today with two Labradors, not because Conrad was particularly fond of Labradors, but just because they hang out with me a lot. Conrad was a very unique guy. I met him some 30 years ago, back in the ponytail days, and he did like to whip that ponytail around, especially when he was in a good mood, laughing, which is something he liked to do a lot. Conrad often kind of snorted as he laughed, and he also would clap his hands. I hope all of you got to experience that side of him. I'm sure you did. I'm going to share just a couple quick stories and not take too much time. Conrad and I started our photography journeys somewhat loosely based on the movie Fandango. Conrad had other friends who were very into the movie, and I had very good friends into the movie, and it turned out it was filmed all over West Texas, in Big Bend, Presidio, down into Big Bend at places like the Dome Rock, which led us on adventures to go kind of just relocate, find the various spots where the movie was filmed and photograph it. And one particular trip that I'll share, we had been out there shooting all across Big Bend. We primitive camped on the far end of it, and basically pushed the pace for several days to the point where we were both really tired. And when we decided to leave, we picked a road that we'd never traveled on before, thinking that maybe we'd find something cool to stop and poke around, maybe get some photos. But instead, the road turned out to be really boring, and I was asleep probably in 30 minutes, and Conrad was asleep probably in 35 minutes. And of course, the problem with that was he was driving. So we woke up, we were doing 65, 70 miles an hour in the tall grass on the side of the highway, and Conrad woke up. I probably let out a scream, a yelp of sorts in my excitement, but Conrad didn't say a word. He just very deftly maneuvered the car around an oncoming road sign and popped it back up on the pavement and pretty much acted like nothing happened. And I was, pretty excited about my sudden wakefulness, and kind of gave him a speech about too young to die, I've got kids, etc. And Conrad was just he never really owned that he made a mistake, that he was tired, that we probably shouldn't have been doing that. That's probably why he left his car to me, I don't know. But my main takeaway from it is just, when I first met Conrad back in the ponytail days, I didn't realize how talented of an athlete he was. And of course, now we all know that he was an amazing soccer player and with a long resume of athletic success. And in that moment, that's really what saved us, is his quick reflexes and ability to react coolly and calmly in a pressure situation, which I think, really defined him. I'm going down a little hill here, so bear with me. I hope I don't lose any Labradors. And really, I'm going to try not to make this too long, but my eyes were really open to Conrad's athleticism when we went skiing. Clint Bounds, another friend of ours, we did a guy ski trip to Whistler Blackcomb. We flew up into Vancouver, Canada, and made the drive up. And it was just an amazing weekend. Our whole goal was to go up and down the mountain as many times as we could. We weren't into, exploring the nightlife or meeting other people. We came home at night and read books, like true nerds. But it was just so awesome. I mean, we worked our bodies hard all day, and then we read at night, and it was so great. I still remember reading some Jack Kerouac, and I remember a lot of details about that trip very vividly. And Clint was an okay skier, and I was set on snowboarding, and basically just half snowboarded and half fell down the mountain all day long and beat myself up pretty good. Conrad, being the badass downhill ski guy, would usually time it to fly by me, either airborne by hitting some little hill or bump, or maybe just cutting his skis into the powder and spraying me as he went by. And I enjoyed the heck out of it, but I was also just stunned at this guy, because most of the time Conrad was just a real chill guy. I never really knew his stance on a lot of things outside of the nutrition and exercise world. I mean, I couldn't tell you today if he voted for Reagan or Clinton or anybody else, and I couldn't really tell you his religious beliefs, if he had any. He was very non-confrontational. He was very classic, and he was also a wonderful friend. I mean, he taught me a lot about being patient, because he was always, I am the kind of guy that needs good tech support friends, and Conrad, being the brilliant guy that he was always ready to help me, solve a problem or figure out a way to do something new. And I'm really gonna miss him. We lost an amazing, graceful, smart guy. And I've practiced this speech maybe a dozen times, and I always kind of tear up at the end, so deal with it. Miss you, buddy. Y'all have a great day.